Hello my beautiful nature lovers and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Marcy Ray and I'm a huge advocate for all things holistic health and wellness along with all natural skincare. If you have been following me for a while or have been one of my loyal customers, this video is so long overdue, it's not even funny. I just had a baby and I've had so many other life changes going on and a lot of stuff just happening, and I got so overwhelmed to the point to where I ended up giving up my skincare business and focusing on more things at home. But since I love you guys so much, I decided to share my recipe, my famous foaming black soap recipe. And I made this announcement a while ago and a lot of you were so excited, and we're finally here. This is actually a video that I'm remaking because I already shared the same recipe in another video on my channel, which you can go find. It's already gotten like over 20,000 views and it did really well, but I just wanted to post an updated version because that one's super old. Let's get into the video. Let me show you how to make some foaming African black soap. By the way, stay tuned and watch all the way to the end. I have a huge surprise that you're not gonna wanna miss. So first you're gonna need the main ingredient, which is raw African black soap. I personally love using Our Earth Secrets, which I get from Amazon, and of course I will be leaving links to all the products and supplies that I use in this video in the description. But yeah, I love this one because it's always fresh. You can look at it and tell that it's of quality, which you got to be careful sometimes because there are a lot of fakes out there and sometimes you won't get the authentic stuff. This is the real authentic black soap. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. You can tell it's just so fresh, and there's just something so satisfying about a fresh block of black soap. So first I'm just gonna chop this down into smaller pieces. I've also seen some people use a cheese grater for this part to make it a little bit easier, but I have no problems just using a regular knife and just chopping it up as small and finely as I can. So I'm just pretty much gonna be chopping away, chop, 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 and this just makes it a lot easier for it to dissolve, which is a necessary part of the process of turning this into a liquid. And honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just keep in mind that the smaller, the better. Now I'm gonna start filling up my mason jar with the soap that I just cut up. Oh, and by the way, FYI, I am not going to be measuring anything for this video. I can pretty much eyeball everything and not worry about it being super exact. So just fill up your container with the soap and make sure that it's something that is heat proof because we are going to be adding boiling hot water to the container. And you just need to fill it enough to completely cover the soap with the water. Oh my God, this was such a bad angle. Hopefully you guys can see it enough. I was not trying to do that. But yeah, there you go. You can see how I covered the soap with the water. Here's where we're at so far, about halfway done. The next step is going to be to loosely cover it with the lid because it is hot. And you don't want to close it up too tight, causing the steam to build up pressure and explode all over your countertops, which I'm not exactly sure that's how that works, but that's just how I do it. Now, after I let this sit and dissolve for 2 to 3 days, we now have our liquid soap, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my nut milk bag to strain it. And the reason you want to do this is to remove some of the leftover particles of things like plantain leaf ash, making everything nice and smooth. Hey, you're an OG nature lover if you remember my original video when I didn't have a strainer, so I used a plastic bag and poked holes in it. Because sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Next is when I add my oils for some extra moisture because black soap can be a little harsh and drying on the skin for some. So I'm just adding a couple of dropperfuls of this aloe vera oil. I also like to use vitamin E oil. Make sure you mix that up really good. Now we get ready to add a natural preservative. I'm using Germall Plus, and this does need to be a specific measurement. I used 1 tablespoon for about 8 ounces of soap. And now we are almost done. This is the foam pump bottle I use. You can find bottles like this on Amazon. Link in description. First, you want to make sure you sterilize the container, and then you are going to fill it up about halfway with the liquid soap. Next, you are going to need distilled water to fill it up the rest of the way. Not all the way to the top. You want to leave about an inch of space to prevent it from overflowing once you put the lid on. And that's pretty much it. Now let me tell you the reason you need this soap in your life. I literally consider this stuff liquid gold because there are so many different uses and it's so beneficial. All natural skincare that can be used from head to toe. Commonly used to treat acne and eczema and help me to achieve my clear, glowing skin. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And as I stated, there's a huge surprise I want to share with you. And that surprise is that after having the baby, I have reached a more stable place in my life and I actually have a lot more help and support. So I will be posting my products back up on the website that will be available for you to purchase. If you don't feel like doing all the extra stuff, that's totally fine. No judgment. DIY is not for everybody. Most people don't have time. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will see you in the next one.